Hey, I'm Coach Racquel, and this is Ask Coach, where real questions meet real growth. Because you are the expert, and I'm simply here to support you.
Each episode, we unpack life, business, and purpose. One calm, courageous conversation at a time. No hype, no fluff, just clarity, confidence, and a touch of grace. Ask boldly, live calmly, grow freely.
Oh, hello. How are you? Hello. Hello and welcome back to Ask Coach. Welcome to Ask Coach. I'm Coach Raquel. This is a space where we ask better questions because better questions often lead to better lives. Let me just say that again. I'm Coach Raquel. This is a space where we ask better questions or try to ask better questions because better questions often lead to better lives. Okay. So this is episode 18 of our Ask Coach podcast. And before we begin, I want to remind you that you are the expert. Sorry. Yes, you are the expert. I'm simply here to support you. Today's episode isn't inspired by someone else's question. It's inspired by one I've been asking myself. And maybe it's one you've been asking yourself too. The question, what if? What if it isn't personal? What if the discomfort you're feeling isn't evidence that someone has done something wrong? What if it's simply information? Let's play this video for you and then we're going to get into it. All right, let's go.
Ever felt like someone's actions are a personal attack? What if they're not? Imagine you stop labeling moods and actions. They didn't smile, they seemed distant. What if it's just info, not a judgment? Your feelings are clues, not the whole story. Discomfort might mean growth, not danger. Your role? Take in info, then choose response. Boundaries matter, but don't lose your true self chasing safety. Kindness and love are your superpowers, not weaknesses. Next time someone lets you down, pause. Ask not, what did they do, but what info did I get? That shift could change everything.
Exactly. That shift could change everything. I've been reflecting on something recently. We spend a lot of time assigning meaning to people's behavior. And I want to say this. This was my question that I was self-reflecting myself, but also it was triggered by a conversation I had with a very, very close friend. And she is so adorable. And I know you're going to be watching, and I know you know who I'm talking about. I think I can say her name here. I think she'll be okay with it. Her name is Althea. One of the sweetest persons you'll ever meet. One of the most amazingly wonderful, loving, kind persons you'll ever meet, right? And she was sharing an experience she was having with who seemed to have been a stranger or just someone, well, stranger because I think they were studying together or something like that. It's not necessarily someone who she knows intimately or is close to. And after my conversation with her, long after the conversation actually, because when this thought came to my mind, it wasn't in response to her. It was long after my brain was still processing, and I was feeling the same thing, reflecting on it and other encounters I was having with other persons too. And it was just like, what if it's not personal? Why is it personal? So it's been I've been reflecting on this recently. We spend a lot of time assigning meaning to people's behavior is something that I'm realizing. They didn't smile. They seemed distant. They didn't respond. They weren't warm. They weren't enthusiastic. They weren't what I expected. And before long, We've created an entire story. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe I offended them. Maybe they're rude. Maybe they're negative. But what if they're simply being themselves? Hmm? What if that's the case? And it's not personal. What if it isn't personal? What if it has nothing to do with you or even how they feel about you? Hmm? Information versus interpretation. Someone's behavior is information. Our interpretation is a story. Those are not always the same thing. One of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is learning to separate those two instead of asking. Sorry. One of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is learning to separate those two instead of asking, why are they treating me this way? Maybe ask, what information am I receiving? Because information doesn't require judgment. It simply requires wisdom. And something that a very amazing and wonderful person taught me is sometimes, Raquel, just say thank you. So, and I'm also learning that sometimes I can just say, I heard that. I don't always have to react or respond to it. Nobody owes us a particular experience. Let me say that again. Nobody owes us a particular experience. This realization changed something in me. Nobody owes me. I'm not entitled to someone's goodwill, good expression, or any expectation I might have of them, right? So nobody owes me pleasantness. Nobody owes me enthusiasm. Nobody owes me validation. Nobody owes me comfort. Their responsibility is to be honest. Mine is to decide how I respond. That's freedom. Discomfort isn't always danger. Something else I've been learning is that discomfort isn't automatically danger. Sometimes it's growth. Sometimes it's unfamiliarity. Sometimes it's conviction. Sometimes it's two different personalities learning each other. Sometimes it's a mirror. Sometimes it's simply incompatibility. Not every not every uncomfortable feeling means someone is toxic or even wrong or even right. you know, Not every peaceful feeling means someone is healthy or good for us or being kind. Our feelings are valuable, but they're not always factual. They're invitations to investigate. The question I now ask, when I experience discomfort, I've stopped asking what's wrong with them. Instead, I ask, why am I experiencing this? What expectation did I have? What story am I telling myself? Am I remembering something from my past? Am I expecting them to regulate my emotions? Or am I simply receiving information? And deciding what wisdom requires next. Those questions changed my life. They're changing my life, right? Don't lose yourself. There's another thought I've been wrestling with. We're constantly told, don't be too nice. Don't text first. Don't care too much. Don't show your feelings. Don't let people know you love them. Protect yourself. Guard your heart. Play the game. And I understand why those messages exist. Many people have been hurt. Me too. But here's my question. At what point does protecting ourselves become abandoning ourselves? If I'm naturally kind, why should I become cold? If I genuinely love people, why should I pretend I don't? If generosity is who I am, why should someone else's behavior convince me to become someone else? I don't want pain to become my personality. Wisdom doesn't require pretending. Now, let me be clear. I'm not suggesting we ignore the red flags. I'm not suggesting we ignore red flags. I am not suggesting we abandon boundaries. I am not suggesting we become naive. Wisdom matters. Discernment matters. Boundaries matters. But wisdom should protect your authenticity, not replace it. Healthy boundaries don't ask you to become a different person. They simply help you decide where your authentic self belongs. That's very different. So today, I leave you with one question. The next time someone disappoints you, and I put that in air quote because you're the one deciding if they're disappointing you. So the next time someone disappoints you, instead of immediately asking, why did they do it to me? Or sorry, what did they do to me? Pause and ask, what information have I just received? Because maybe the greatest breakthrough isn't changing other people. Maybe it is changing how we interpret them, right? I'm going to play that video for you one more time, and then I'm going to be closing with a song. I just want to say thank you for spending this time with me. If you have a question for a future episode of Ask Coach, visit my website, mycoachministry.com /ask, because you are the expert and I'm simply here to support you. Until next time, stay authentic, stay curious, and remember, information isn't your enemy. Sometimes it's your greatest teacher. I'll play that video for you again. Then we're going to play a song and just wish you the best day. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and supporting. Have a blessed day.
Hey, ever felt like someone's actions are a personal attack? What if they're not? Imagine you stop labeling moods and actions. They didn't smile, they seemed distant. What if it's just info, not a judgment? Your feelings are clues, not the whole story. Discomfort might mean growth, not danger. Your role? Take in info, then choose response. Boundaries matter, but don't lose your true self chasing safety. Kindness and love are your superpowers, not weaknesses. Next time someone lets you down, pause. Ask not, what did they do, but what info did I get? That shift could change everything.
I've been sitting with a question, and it won't leave me alone. Why do we take another person's weather and call it thunder in our own home? Nobody owes me easy, nobody owes me nice, nobody owes me pleasure just to make my spirit light. Nobody owes me comfort, nobody owes me praise. Maybe they are just showing up in their own authentic way. And if I feel a heaviness before I call it wrong, let me ask what part of me has been listening too long. Why do I assign negativity to somebody's honesty? Why do I turn their What did I learn in pain? What did I learn in a religion that made difference feel like shame? What kind of world are we creating when only sweet things get called good? What kind of love are we protecting if we hide where truth once stood? If behavior is information, let wisdom guide my soul. If discomfort is an alarm bell, let me listen and not control. I can love without pretending, I can hurt and still be kind. I can choose my own direction without caging up my mind. What kind of world are we creating? What kind of hearts will we become if we cannot let people be people and still walk each other home? When someone gives me information in a word, a look, a tone, maybe it is not an arrow, maybe it's just something shown. Maybe I am being tested, maybe I am being taught, maybe I am being challenged by the mirror that I brought. Maybe what I call their darkness is a shadow I still know. Maybe I can only name it cause it lives in me below. So I breathe before reacting, I pause before the blame. I ask my heart a kinder question, why did that disturb my name? Why am I taking it personal when no one came to wound? Why am I writing stories before the truth has entered the room? Can I see it as a signal? Can I meet it without war? Can I let their way of being teach me what I'm looking for? What kind of world are we creating when only sweet things get called good? What kind of love are we protecting if we hide where truth once stood? If behavior is information, let wisdom guide my soul. If discomfort is an alarm bell, let me listen and not control. I can love without pretending, I can hurt and still be kind. I can choose my own direction without caging up my mind. What kind of world are we creating? What kind of hearts will we become if we cannot let people be people and still walk each other home? Everybody's got a warning, everybody's got a rule. Don't do this at work, at school, with your parents, with a fool. Don't love too much, don't give too soon. Don't let your heart dance freely under anybody's moon. But if I love, then I love them. I won't turn cold to look wise, I won't punish my own spirit, because love was not returned in kind. That does not mean no wisdom, that does not mean no line. But I will not become a prison just to prove I'll be fine. Life is not a pleasant river running smooth and always clean. Life is stones beneath the water. Life is roots we have not seen. Life is nuance, life is thunder. Life is grace and grit and rain. Life is sweetness, life is sorrow. Life is harvest born from pain. And nothing, discomfort, often built the strongest doors. The places where I almost broke gave me breakthroughs I prayed for. So what is wisdom, really, if it robs me of my flow? What is safety worth becoming if it keeps my soul from growth? If my heart can't breathe, is it strength if I cannot feel? Behavior is information, discomfort is invitation. Breathe before interpretation, choose with love, not accusation. What kind of world are we creating when only sweet things get called good? What kind of love are we protecting if we hide where truth once stood? If behavior is
pretending. I can hurt and still be kind. I can choose my own direction without caging up my mind. What kind of world are we creating? What kind of hearts will we become if we cannot let people be people and still walk each other home? Nobody owes me easy, nobody owes me nice, nobody owes me nice, nobody owes me nice. But I owe this world compassion, and I owe my own soul light. So I'll show up authentic, I'll let others do the same. And when life gives me information, I'll answer it with grace.
Welcome to mycoachministry.com. We're on a mission to empower 1 million purpose-driven entrepreneurs, turning calling into currency. Through strategic coaching, we guide visionary leaders, brand elevation, and creative empowerment, helping leaders break barriers and own their identity. Build impactful, wealth-generating brands that echo across generations.